Hello again, old friends. Long time no see. It's actually the longest running break I've taken this year. I've run in like 5 days. And it's because, as I've mentioned in some previous vlogs that have no views, I went to my physio, or I had my gait analyzed by a physio, so now he's my physio. And I've been working to implement the things he told me in isolated exercises so that I don't run and just keep reinforcing the bad old pattern. I need to establish new patterns of connection between my brain and my butt, especially my left butt. It's been going really well. I can feel the effects when I stand and walk throughout the day, that my posture is better, my hips are stronger, and I have muscle soreness in my adductors, which I've never had before. So that means those muscles are getting worked in a way that they hadn't previously. And so hopefully this means I'm a better runner. And so that's the primary thing I'm working on from the physio over at Versa, which is a great place. If you're in Calgary, you should go see Evan Baldwin. So yeah, on my left side in particular, my hamstring takes over for my glute and it's causing imbalances and blah blah blah. And corrections and all sorts of whack-a-mole problems up and down the chain. So I gotta work on that. I also have to work on my arms flare out a bit, and that causes my shoulders to creep up a bit, or my shoulders creep up a bit and that causes my arms to flare out a bit. So armpits down, arms straight back. And that's gonna come from thoracic mobility. So I've been doing open book stretches and working on having thoracic mobility, which I'd also heard previously is important for runners. I heard it from Jeff Cavalier. And cadence. Now, this is the big one I'm going to hit today. I was just thinking about how I'm going to do it, and that's what made me think, oh, I should vlog. Because my cadence was a little slow, and I should say this, even though it sounds like I'm making excuses, I think this was sincerely a factor. The weekend before my Monday morning appointment was once again a heavy weekend of beer and pizza and burgers and no exercise. And so I was just like so far from optimal that it may not have been an honest reflection of my normal capabilities. Like, it's an honest reflection of my sub-optimal capabilities, meaning it's good that that's how I would be at the end of a long run where, you know, my vulnerabilities would show up. But anyway, so he wants my cadence a little better, and I was heel striking a little bit when I had the pods on my shoes and was running outside as opposed to on the treadmill. So I downloaded a playlist because there's hundreds of playlists for running, and it's the one that I liked was, you know, songs between 170 and 190 for running. It has a bunch of good songs on it. I was like, okay, maybe listen to that. But I also thought, like, I want to be more specific than just that range. And so I downloaded a Metronome, and I can't decide which one I want to do. Do I want to have a more enjoyable run and listen to music, talking first thing in the morning without having said anything else? It's making my throat hurt. Or do I want to be really specific and just hit the metronome, break it in two maybe? Yeah, I think I should be really specific and spot on and see how it feels to run at 170. Which means I'm going to set the metronome for 85 and just concentrate on one leg, blah blah. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and I'll debrief you when I return. And I need to take my potatoes out of the oven. This is the first time I've heard Bright Side of the Road by Van Morrison, and it's just rad. What a song. So, lessons learned already. I'm a silhouette. Lessons learned. I thought having the metronome at 170 would be annoying, and I thought that putting it at 85 and focusing on one leg would be less annoying, and it was not. It is actually annoying and impossible to focus on one leg and run in rhythm, but putting it at 170 and just being like bam, 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 like every beat is all landing works. What that led to instantly, though, was I felt like I was taking baby steps. I felt like I wasn't running with my hips or my knees. I felt like I was just casting my shins forward slightly. So I was running faster, but actually I perceived that I was running faster, but I felt like I was just moving my legs faster and taking baby steps, as I said. So I'm gonna have to really find a way to test this. And I ran, so then, let's keep this chronological. So I ran a couple of blocks with the metronome. I got to a stoplight, and I would just play with it. I would make sure that every beat was a landing and then try and find a rhythm that worked. Like I said, I felt like I was taking baby steps and kind of skittering across the ground rather than running. I got to a stoplight, and I was like, okay, let's see what running to music is like. And running to music is great. I can't really count my steps or have good cadence. Because at that point it becomes dancing, and I've said a few times in the past that running is just dancing in a straight line. And it's great when you're out for a run and you get into a rhythm with the music and you feel like it's all connected, the music, the running, and the sky, and just everything. That's a great feeling. It's a feeling that you should seek out. And I would find that, one foot was landing on the snare and things like that. I was coming in and out of a certain rhythm, but music isn't a metronome. And I felt instantly I felt predominantly like I was just running in my old form with the shoulders creeping up and the too much wiggle. And so, but it was fun, it was joyful, and so I'd switch back and forth. I would listen to a song, and then I'd switch back to the metronome, and then I'd listen to a song, and I'd switch back to the metronome. And I ran the two segments on my route to the metronome, so I can see how they look time-wise, at least, compared to other typical times. And I ran in my beloved New Balance 1400s. Which I'm thinking, I haven't talked about this either, and this should be a separate video, but no one watches these anyway, so I can say whatever I want. I'm thinking I'm going to purge my collection basically down to Ultras and the 1400s. I'm going to get rid of my Hoka Tracers for sure. I feel like getting rid of my Levitate 3s, even though I really want Levitate 4s right now. And then, I was like, I don't feel any desire to run in my New Balance tempos. Like, I will again to compare them to those 1400s, but I feel like the only shoes for running that I really like currently are my 1400s. Because even the Ghosts, wearing Ultras all day, I can now perceive that big heel drop and the too much cushion and all of that, so I don't know. And then my Asics are in there as well. It's like, I don't know, do I need them? If I have my Escalantes, and I should get another pair of Escalantes for running and then one for wearing all day, or something else for wearing all day, and run my Escalantes, and I want a Tauren. Actually, I ordered it. My Tauren is coming. My Tauren 4s, so nice and cushy for long runs. And then, for any sprint work, I might as well do it in my 1400s. Yeah, I'll take a couple more runs in each other shoe and just see if there's any technical differences, but I think the $700 9 pair of shoes and one free pair of shoes, I mean, one of which was free, so I communicated nothing in that sentence, I apologize. But I spent $700 on shoes in June, and I have 9 pairs of shoes on the rack right now. And I don't need them. I was so excited to collect them and try them out, and I was convinced that they, all had merits and that they all worked, and it was like, now that I've sat with it for a long time, all I feel currently that I like is my 1400s. So I want to purge the collection and then start collecting again, probably. Okay, that's the vlog. Fight cyclists.